Hello YouTube, Marino Stav the Ryuukei here, back after an inexcusable long pause. What can I say? University's been keeping me busy, I hope you understand. And so, today I want to start a new series for Sins of a Solar Empire, namely general tips and tricks for your gameplay, hopefully to give you an edge in any game. And so to start out with, we're going to start on how to start out, namely staking your claim. And so with the initial expansion, you have to keep two things in mind. One thing, you're securing the planets that will later be the basis of your economy, but also anything you claim, your opponent cannot claim. And so what you are doing during your initial expansion is also kind of resource denial for your opponent. And so the process you have to do at the beginning is you have to find the delicate balance between securing as much as possible and not overextending yourself so your fleet can still defend what is yours. If you gather too much too quickly, your fleet will be spread out so far that your opponent will just be able to bunch his forces in one spot, take out part of your fleet here, next part of your fleet there, and soon you won't have anything left at all, and you'll be completely at his mercy. And so, what should we look out for during an initial expansion? There are really some points of interest, namely choke points, stuff like pirate bases, wormholes, stars, dead-end planets. And so why are all of these important? Well, choke points make natural defense points. If you can secure a choke point, you really only have to heavily fortify that planet and none of the planets behind it, or to a lot lesser extent. So when looking at the map, we're always first going to look for these choke points. Same thing for pirate bases. Pirate bases are great barriers during early gameplay because nobody has a fleet that will be able to go through a pirate base. Watch out for the TEC rebels though, because they can make the alliance truce amongst rogues that will let them travel through their bases. But nonetheless, those pirate bases will be nice barriers at the beginning. So you don't have to concentrate that much on fortifying bases that are directly aligned to pirate bases, except of course for pirate raids, but as always, pirate raids are free experience for your capital ships. Dead-end planets are special in the sense that you can completely ignore them during the beginning. Just sprint ahead to find those choke points or natural stopping points, and then go back later and colonize dead-end planets at your leisure. They're not going to run away. They have minuscule militias, and you can concentrate on fortifying your frontier before going back and gathering these usually smaller planets. In essence, they slow you down during your initial expansion. So it's a better idea to colonize as much, or to establish a frontier forward enough that you can hold it, and then go back and gather these dead-end planets. Because if instead your opponent just rushes forward, he will have a lot more under his control by the time you reach the border or the frontier before, if you hadn't done that. Same thing, similar to choke points, wormholes and stars are similar to choke points. In essence, they also make natural defense points, especially in like multiple system maps, because any travel between the systems will usually go through stars, so it's always interesting, at least not during the beginning, but later on, to fortify stars as well, to at least get an early warning, if not to deal some damage already against attacking fleets, as in 4-star bases with hangar bases. Wormholes should always be looked upon as well, since for one thing, they also act as choke points. Any fleets moving in will have to move through the choke point. Some maps, it's like the only way to travel between planets is the wormholes, and or wormholes are like a flanking vector for your enemy. So you should always have at least a scout at a wormhole or at a star, just to keep an eye on enemies, see if they're coming. If not, fortifying those places to prevent attacks and to, like I said, create those choke points. And so, what are some ideas you can do to move forward quickly, colonizing or not colonizing planets? Well, there's a few ideas. Number one is just get for example, the colonizing capitalist ship, and just ignore planets until you come to a good choke point, and then colonize that planet and hold it, and then slowly build up fleets that will then move through the planets behind the choke point and colonize them for you. Another option, a bit safer, is to attack the siege frigates of a militia and then to colonize the planet. After that, you can just pull out your fleet, and the militia will continue protecting the planet even if it's under your control. So you don't have to, especially if it's like a frontier planet, that will stop an enemy for some time already before your own fleet can to get your fleet there. And so that's always a fun little tactic. The slowest of those three would be just to destroy a militia, ship by ship, colonize the planet, and moving forward. So, to cap it up, what you really want to do at the beginning is move forward as fast as you can to places where you can best defend against the enemy's forces while not overextending yourself. And so, with that, that's the end of our first video, and hope you guys stick around for the next one. See ya.